this is the deal. One, you're getting back in transition. You don't have Giannis find a man and be a guard. Two, look at me. You set a high level for yourself. That's why you're down. That's great. Now go reach that level.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. Today we got to talk about the broken relationship between Deandre Ayton, CP3, and Monty Williams. Now, guys, it showed itself again in the playoffs last night, and we know Ayton is not happy to be there after the contract thing, the way it went. When you're a young player, you want to get the maximum dollar amount, but those guys just waited to see what the market offered, and they matched it and didn't think about giving him what he's worth. And you have to think, Ayton is a young big that went to the finals, and his play against Jokic, not this series, but whenever they went to the finals that year, was instrumental and a very big part of them getting there. So, you know, that relationship was messed up. Then you had Monty Williams benching him at critical moments in the playoffs and some things with CP3 behind the scenes. I'm going to show you all these clips, but I'm going to show you what happened last night first, and I'm going to show you a lot of things that's been trending this way. Check it out.
Congratulations on obviously getting the deal. Just maybe your thoughts that now that you got that. Maybe what was your initial reaction once the Suns matched the Pacers offer?
I was happy. It was all done, I guess.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
You and Monty kind of been able to move
I haven't
on.
spoken to Monty. No, I haven't spoken to him at all. Ever since the game.
So not even
No.
open that changes
I'm here.
Are you happy to be here, Deandre?
Yeah, I'm alright. When I'm in between those lines now, I just work. You know, I'm not playing for myself. You know, I have an organization across my chest and the name on my back I have to represent. I'm just here to work.
If you could talk to Monty, what would you want to talk to him about? What would you want to tell him?
Huh?
Well, if you could talk to Monty, what would you want to talk to him about? What would you want to tell him?
I can show him better than I can tell him. Talked to a bunch of our guys. As I said earlier this summer, like they needed a break from me, the gym. Unless you were in the gym like every day, I've had interactions with everybody, talking to guys about deep stuff. There's a number of guys I haven't talked to.
So you don't think there's an issue here that might linger and affect the team if you're not communicating?
Not at all. Not at all. I'll talk to everybody as I always do during camp. It won't be an issue at all.
This relationship is over as soon as he signs the contract. That's how his psyche is going to work. And this is me speaking for me. You ask me, how would he feel if he now had to go out and get somebody else to give him an offer for a team? He's been the starting big to help lead them to the NBA Finals. Of course, they were really disappointed in this year's playoffs, but the young man has did all of the right things on and off the floor, showing promise as a big man. You drafted him ahead of Luka and Trae Young. Of course, he's not like the all NBA caliber players that they are, but he's a substantial growing big in his own right that has shown so much promise. And so for them not to pay him, for him to need the Pacers to step up and give him an offer for him to get top dollar, the hourglass just ticks now on the relationship. That's what I feel.
So, guys, I said this in one of my earlier videos on this channel that this was going to linger forever, and they're just going to have to move Ayton. You know, I heard that he may be landing in Dallas, and some other places is looking at him in the offseason to bring him in to help Luka out. I know that Phoenix isn't the place, and I don't know why they did this. If they had certain concerns about him, did they think not paying him the correct way was going to make him play better for them? You know, or did they feel like, because you got to face it, you know, Ayton's not making all-star teams or anything, so he's not going to be eligible for the Supermax. He's not making first, second, or third All-NBA team. So that was a critical contract for him. You know, he may not even get nothing that large next time. So this is going to be a sore spot for him throughout the rest of his career, and they need to move him while the value is still the same, because God forbid he goes down, he gets hurt or something, and you can't get back what you could get back for him right now. And I think, you know, there's been things that they said CP3's been doing behind the scenes, and this is one thing I called out, like CP3's leadership style, up in your face and all that. Ayton was receptive to that on his rookie deal, but once it came back that he wasn't going to get compensated, and he felt like, you know, I slowed Jokic down. I was the man that was on Giannis in the finals. I had to take on the toughest assignments that year. If Embiid comes out the East, I got to take on him. And the fact that he didn't get paid is like, you know, Chris Paul's leadership style. Nobody ain't trying to really hear that at this point. You know what I'm saying? That's where Ayton's mindset is right now. Whether right or wrong, but can't be mad at a young player that he's upset that they just basically offered him what the market offered him instead of really valuing what he thought he brought to the table. Now, if you didn't want him, which is fine, you should have just let him walk and go ahead to Indiana. But to bring him back, I thought, you know, they would use that in the KD trade, but they didn't use him in that. They used Mikal Bridges and those guys, and those are probably some of the players they need to still have. But Bridges is thriving right now, and I'm glad he's in Brooklyn to show what he can do. Cam Johnson, some of that depth was given up, and Ayton, his motor is very low at times, and he's, you know, he takes those foul line jumpers and he can make them, but I would like to see him attack the rim and get more foul shots. Ayton, you know, you look at the box score, some nights he only shoots, you know, 1 or 2 free throws, and that's unacceptable for someone his size that gets, you know, a decent amount of touches. But yeah, we saw it in that clip though. You know, CP3 was trying to come shake his hand, and sometimes you don't know how CP3 means things. That could have been sarcastic just based on his history, or that could have really been him trying to be a leader. But Ayton just, he's not trying to hear it with him no more. And you heard all that stuff in the preseason. They even asked Monty Williams, do you feel like this is something that's going to linger and affect you during the season? Well, we're starting to see a little bit of that right now. And how far are the Suns going to go? Is there, because you got to look at it, you know, KD, KD is very sensitive too. So he's not like the ideal leader to bring this back together. Devin Booker, we don't know yet. We'll see if he steps up. But vocally, you know, it's been CP3 all this time. And has he lost his voice with Ayton? Sounds like, you know, or looks like he has. So I don't know where they go from here with these guys. Like I said, you know, Ayton probably has to be traded this summer. I feel like they could have really retooled the roster and brought in someone really nice that could play the 5 and not have, you know, his energy is going to be low around this franchise for good. So I just don't know why they imposed this on themselves instead of letting them walk. But look, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.